Hey everyone, happy Thursday, and I want to welcome you to the latest episode of Bobcast. First of all, I want to thank you, as I always do, for being on, and for those of you who are watching the recorded version later, I appreciate your being on to watch that as well. I also want to, as always, ask you if you would please share these Bobcasts out, as they may be a topic that someone out there needs to hear. If it's you, great. If not, someone else may need to hear it. So if you'd share it out, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, it will be up on my YouTube channel at the conclusion, and I'll put the link for the YouTube channel in the comment section below. And it'll be in my vlog, which is on my website, which is www.bobnormanjr.com, and just click on, actually it says blog, but I do a vlog. So there'll be a vlog on there, and it'll be a recording of this podcast. So let's jump right into it. As you can see by the title of tonight's Bobcast, we've been on a mindset trail here, and it's extremely important because it's probably the most important thing that you can get control of. The title of the Bobcast tonight is Mindset, Where's Your Focus? And I'm going to start by telling a quick story that a lot of you probably already know or heard, or you may not have, but it's the story of the two wolves. And it's a story about a little boy that asks his grandfather about good people and about bad people. Thank you, Sean. About good people and bad people. And his grandfather explains that we all have two wolves inside of us, a good wolf and a bad wolf. And the little boy asks, well, Grandpa, which one wins? And the simple answer is, the one you feed. As we go through the Bobcast, you'll understand the story a little bit, but the one you feed is the one that wins, good or bad. Okay? So which one do you feed? I'm going to read something to you that I have brought up here. And it goes like this. Don't use social media less. Use it more intentionally. Follow people who inspire and motivate you. Engage with experts you can learn from. Create genuine positive friendships. Just stop mindlessly scrolling, complaining, hating, and engaging in negativity and bitterness. I'm going to read that again later, but I want you to understand that negativity is everywhere. It is so easy for us to consume negativity. You've got to get your focus off of negativity, okay? You've got to turn off the damn news. The news is nothing but a 24-hour-a-day constant bombardment of negative sensationalism. 90% of it is bullshit. 90% of it is not even true. I'm taking 90%. I think I'm being generous. I don't have a scientific study that says that, but most of it is garbage. Turn the news off. When you go on social media, isn't it everywhere on there as well? Right? Hi, Pam. Focus on, there's a lot of great positive stuff out there if you find it. The negative stuff is so easy to find. Find the positive stuff. Turn off the news. Stop using the negative crap on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter. Listen, I'm doing a Bobcast right now. It's on Facebook. It'll be on my page, on my group. It'll be on my YouTube channel. It'll be on my website. Don't tell me there's no positive stuff out there for us to consume. The negative stuff is what grabs people's attention and elicits a real response within you. And so that's what people tend to gravitate to. It's really attractive and it's really damaging to this right here. Not your hat, your mind. All right? So you've got to get your focus off negativity. Even negativity in your subconscious. And that's where it'll lie if you constantly consume it. If you constantly watch the news. If you constantly consume negativity on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on any social media site you're on. if you're constantly reading news articles, if you're constantly watching the 24-hour-a-day cable news stations, your subconscious will be bombarded with negativity. I'm going off topic here, not off topic, but off script a little bit, but of what I wanted to talk about. But I remember a time when I was working and I got real comfortable, like going to bed at night, watching like shows like Criminal Minds and Law and Order SUV or SVU, excuse me, SVU, and all those shows, right? I'd fall asleep in bed watching those shows. And I can't tell you how many times I dreamt about what was going on in the show because I could hear it in my subconscious as I was sleeping, right? And so that just tells you that your subconscious is soaking up that negativity. You've got to get away from it. You've got to turn the news off. You've got to avoid that crap on social media and feed your mind positivity. Your thoughts create your reality. I'm going to say that again. Your thoughts create your reality. You cannot live a positive, happy life with negative garbage in your head. It cannot be done. Bruce Lee, I'm going to read you something from Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee said, keep your mind on the things you want and off the things you don't want. It's pretty simple because what you focus on, you will get more of. Focus on negativity, focus on problems, focus on, oh, woe is me, and you will have more, oh, woe is me. You will have more problems. You will have more negativity. If you focus on solutions, if you focus on positivity, you will have more of that. And I'll explain a little bit later how that works and why that happens. A friend of mine just posted something the other day on Facebook about he posted some pictures of some things that were really beautiful. And I have my brother, Doc John, down in Seminole, Florida, Madeira Beach, amazing photographer, posts some of the most beautiful pictures you ever see. I'll put a link to him on my Facebook page as well. Go look at some of his photography. But there is beauty in this world all around us. There are great people doing great things, but they don't get the headlines like the negative bullcrap that is out there. It's everywhere. And if you just take a minute to notice it, you'll see how much beauty and how much positivity there is in the world and how many great people there are doing great things in the world. But it's so easy to focus on that one jagoff that's doing some stupid stuff, or that's the corrupt politician. Of course, we got 500 of them in Washington, but you know what I'm saying. It's so easy to focus on those people because they elicit an emotional response. Get yourself an emotional response in response to beauty and positivity. The same way that negativity creates a downward cycle in your life, the same way that it'll make you start to feel down and depressed and negative and pessimistic, when you focus on positivity, it'll create an upward cycle in your life. It'll make you see more positive things. It'll make you seek things out. I remember when I started doing a lot of charity work years back, I couldn't believe how great I felt by doing that charity work because I was around other people who were givers, who were helping people, who were taking care of other people with no expectation of anything in return. And it just builds on itself. So you've got to get yourself around positive people, around positive subject matter. Feed your brain positivity. Stop filling your own head with negative garbage, and that's what you're doing. You ever hear the saying about computers, right? Or accounting. Garbage in, garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. Keep putting garbage, negative garbage in your head, and you will have a negative, crappy life. It's just that simple. Again, turn off the damn news. Take a walk in nature. Enjoy it. Read a good book. Listen to some great music. Stop filling your head with garbage. Man, listen, you are in charge of that. Nobody can put negative garbage in your mind unless you want it there. No one. Not the news guy, Not your neighbor, not your friends on social media. Unfollow them. That doesn't mean you have to unfriend them or not be friends with them. But you can stop it. You're in charge of whether it gets in or not. You. That's it. You are in charge of whether that negative garbage gets in your head. I want to read you that post one more time. It says, don't use social media less. Use it more intentionally. Follow people who inspire and motivate you. Engage with experts you can learn from. Create genuine positive friendships. Just stop mindlessly scrolling, complaining, hating, and engaging in negativity and bitterness. Folks, it's easy to do. I find myself sometimes when people post things about politics or something else that just stirs me from down low. Hey, what's up, Shay Shay? Stirs me from down low, and I just find myself commenting on it. And next thing you know, I'm gritting my teeth and I'm clenching my jaw and I'm mad. And I've got to back off of that on purpose, right? You've got to make sure that. Let's talk for a second about anxiety. I deal with a lot of clients dealing with anxiety. Now, I understand that where depression and anxiety are concerned, that there are people who have a chemical imbalance in the brain that causes depression or anxiety. That's a fact. But I will also tell you another fact. In the majority of the times, anxiety is brought on by your thought process. Period. It's brought on by what you're focusing on. I'm talking from personal experience. I've had anxiety and panic attacks way back when I was dealing with some stuff, and all I would do was focus on it and just focus on it and focus on it until I was in tears. Anxiety is brought on by your thought process and what you are focusing on. That's why I have so many clients, and quite honestly, I do them myself still every night, do exercises aimed at changing their focus to positivity. That one change to positivity can make all the difference in the world. I'm going to read you something else. If there is no enemy within, in here, the enemy outside can do us no harm. No one can do you any harm from outside if you got this together. Okay? Les Brown said this one, and I want you to listen real close to this one. I'm going to get up close to the camera. But I want you to listen close to this one, because this one really, really, really hit home with me, and it really made a big difference in my thought process. Les Brown said, the war is in your mind. It's not in your paycheck. It's not on your job. It's not in your relationship. The fight that you have to fight is in your mind. I'm going to say it again. The war is in your mind. It's not on your job. It's not in your paycheck. It's not your relationship. The fight you have to fight is in your mind. And man, I got to tell you, again, personal experience, that one is absolute truth. When you change the way you look at things, when you change your focus, your whole world around you will change. Everything changes. Now, I'm going to finish up. I've been rambling. I've been passionate about this because this is a big one, okay? But I mentioned something last week that I'm going to mention again, and it's called your reticular activating system. Now, that's a scientific term for something that we've all experienced. And I'm going to read this to you because this explains it perfectly. I want you to listen to this. It's easy to spot a yellow car when you're always thinking of a yellow car. It's easy to spot opportunity when you're always thinking of opportunity. It's easy to spot reasons to be mad when you're always thinking of being mad. You become what you constantly think about. Watch yourself. The example that I gave last week, and I used this in a commencement address that I did at Penn State a while back, is when you decide to buy a vehicle. When you decide to buy a vehicle, you're focused on that vehicle. Now, I bought a used vehicle a couple years ago, Ford Escape. And I never really noticed a lot of Ford Escapes around. But as soon as I decided on this vehicle, I saw Ford Escapes everywhere. Why? Because I was focused on Ford Escapes. My reticular activating system was focused on Ford Escapes, and that's all I saw. Not all I saw, but I saw them it seemed like I couldn't turn a corner without seeing a Ford Escape. That's why, in a nutshell, scientifically, you get more of what you focus on. So my question again at the end here is, where's your focus? Be careful of where your focus is, folks. Your focus will guide you either in a good direction or a bad direction. Get that focus changed, get hold of that focus, and you're going to be amazed at how good your life can be. Now, again, I want to thank you for being on. I want to thank those of you that are watching later. I want to ask you again to please share these Bobcasts out so that others might hear the message that we're putting out. It will be up on my YouTube channel shortly after it uploads. I will post the link to my YouTube channel in the comment section below. I'll also put a link to my website down there as well, www.bobnormanjr.com. I'll put that in the comment section below as well, because this video will also be uploaded onto my website on my vlog page. You can check it out there. That's also linked over to YouTube. So the video will be available also on Bob Norman Jr. on Facebook, and it'll also be available in Best Life 101, my group on Facebook. Thank you again for being on. I know I rambled. I got a little hyped, a little passionate about it, but it's important stuff. Thank you for being on, and I'll see you next week on the next episode of Bobcast. Have a great evening and a great rest of your week.